because I hate to ruin a old tree. Hi, I'm Miltonchang of Bonsaiheirloom. It's a nice day in California, and I'm really, really fortunate to have this tree. I bought maybe 2 years ago from one of the senior bonsai hobbyists in our club. And this is a Japanese juniper Shimpaku. It's a very desirable tree because the needles are much smaller than the California juniper or the Sierra juniper or many of the junipers that we have. And this is a really, really unusual tree. I bought it from the gentleman. He bought this tree in 1990 in this 20-gallon pot. I noticed Gordon actually put 4, 5, 90 in it. This tree's in this pot for 30 years. He bought this tree almost that size to fit that size pot 34 years ago. So this tree could be 75, 100 years old. And how do you find a tree that's been in cultivation for 50, 75 years in cultivation? So this is really an incredible find. I feel very, very fortunate to get it. That's really rare in America because most of them are cuttings, tiny little trees, or they are grafted onto the California juniper or prostrata juniper, which grows much faster. And you can look at the growth rings, very closely ring, and a still very big trunk. And when I bought it from him, it was very overgrown. I cut it very drastically to shape. So this is the second cup I'm doing. And what is unusual about this tree, you can see it's very old. I feel very lucky to get this tree to work on. And hopefully over time, I will turn it into a nice bonsai because this is one of a unique kind under a lot of care by a lot of people. And I'm really the third or fourth or fifth owner of this tree. It's really great to collect or to buy old trees almost at any price because you're buying age, you're buying time that you cannot live forever in a sense that buys you a great deal of opportunity. So with that in mind, let me go on to start clipping this tree. If you look at this tree, that's how juniper grow. They grow in lines so that if this line is broken, this whole line would be dead. So you can actually see this is all dead wood. And you can, some people will paint this white. The live part, if you rub it, you can see it's red. So you have very interesting, strong contrast with the line running through red with a white, very dramatic. Although I prefer to keep it gray overall to kind of retain its own natural look. But again, it's a matter of preference. I think the other approach is very, very nice, but I don't like to take the time and try to make it unnatural. But to each his own. And then over time, you can see the rootages are really nice, but this one is kind of wrong direction. So you can make it into, I think, what they call shari, make this part dead. It will not hurt the tree because I want to make sure the tree is being fed on this from that side, which it does. So in time, I will gradually work on the roots to improve. So now I'll work on the top. What should be the apex? If I look at it, this is really top, aside from this one, which is really kind of skinny, and I think that will look a little strange. So I'd rather make this into a gin, and in time, it will look okay to complement this growth. And then this will become the apex, that's the height of the tree, and then it'll go back from there, and it'll go to the side from there. So with that in mind then, I will cut this off. In fact, I will try to cut off in a funny way. And you can see the little bumps on this trunk. This makes a good cutting. If I keep it wet for a month or two, these will all become roots coming out. I will have a nice little shohin. And that's how easy it is to create bonsai by propagation. Each one of these bumps will become a long, big root. This branch, it's already dead, so I can start peeling it to make it into a gin, because when it's still a little wet, it's easy to peel. And I'll take a knife to go down because the likelihood is that there will be a live line. This branch was alive, so when I cut this off, you can see what's below it is alive, right? But over here, it's no longer alive. So this part is feeding this branch. The rest of it is dead, you see? This part is all dead. And so that's how the juniper has nice lines of the bark, both dead wood and live bark, to make it a very interesting bonsai. Most of the juniper has that characteristic, not just Shimpaku. This will become the apex, and then the other part will go down from there, and that's the beginning of the design. And this cord, for example, can be pulled down to create more paths in this direction and fill different holes. That design idea in mind with a tree that comes up here and goes down, and then this one goes this way, the irregular triangle, asymmetric triangle. So this will be the lower branch, and this will be called an informal upright or semi-cascade, in a sense that's going on the side of a mountain, sticking out in the side of a mountain. With that design in mind, I will start clipping and show you what eventually it will look like. So I'm going to do is to cut off some redundant branches. Like in this case, make this trees come out and this comes up as an apex. This is fine, but I don't know. It's much more interesting if this comes out as an apex. Like this branch is coming out this way and it goes straight. But look at this branch is coming out going to the side. It's a lot more interesting. So to me then, this branch should really be made into a jin to create some drama in a sense that part of the tree died off. Follow the pathway of this one being the apex and this one going back to the side to accentuate this interesting curve. You can see it's coming up like this. In a bonsai, you want the overall trees to look nice, of course, and a lot of ramification, all the rest of it. But the little features here and there, oh, look at that little branch, it's got a nice turn. And that's what captures people's eyes. That's the focal point. So you want to find as many of these interesting focal points as possible to make your tree dramatic and interesting. I can also make this the apex and take advantage of this little curve. You can see this little interesting curve. And since the tree is valuable, I don't want to cut back drastically. So I hope this will become an apex. I also hope this will become an apex. Give myself plenty of option because I hate to ruin a old tree. So that's what I do. I'm hedging my bet. I don't know everything, and I just wanted the tree to tell me what it wants to become. Follow the course of nature, the forces of nature. First of all, you have to just clean off a lot of the redundant branches so you know where you're going. I've created this interesting branch to have a lot of movements, and then this branch is sticking up there. What do? I decided to take the drastic action to cut it off. Do it in such a way I break it off. So that becomes a nice jin to add a little bit of feature and not distracting from all these nice curves. Otherwise, this straight branch here is very distracting from the beautiful curve. So like, why is this one straight, whereas the other ones are curved, right? So now I've cut back this branch significantly that you can see the movement of the branches. So when a tree that's too full, it's really hard to see the movement of the branches. You can see this part has got a lot of movements. And someday I may even make this a dead branch to rhyme with this jin. And then these will be the nice curve going out. This one is a little bit of a question. This is kind of too far out. I could make this, I think probably, again, this is distracting. So I will actually cut this off too. I'm sorry, old tree, but make this into a nice jin. And hopefully I'll try to root this piece. Hopefully it will root. Just like the tree got broken off in nature by a big wind or storm, or after the tree died off and the brittle dried out branch got broken off like that. And I think that adds a little bit of drama to this old tree. An old tree needs to be drama because in their lifetime, they gotta have encountered some drama, and you want to show that. I think, bonsai is a way of looking at things and philosophy and your own liking. There's nothing right or wrong. Just do your thing, and the tree will heal based on the forces of nature to look natural. So you can never do wrong. Just go ahead. Look at this. You may not like what I do. I will carve this out to look like a broken tree. But you can see this is all very natural. Look like it could happen in nature. Maybe not, but that's my vision. Okay, now I'll work on this branch. I should work on this, but I think this lower branch is very dramatic. Oh, look at this curve. Look at this. This curve is coming down like that, which really adds a drama. So I want to find ways to accentuate this curve, although there's not much curvature beyond that. So, okay, I'll play with it and see what I can get out of it. So this branch, you can see it's coming out like that. It's very dry, nothing unusual, except very underneath all this growth, there's this little branch. You can see that makes it very interesting, especially when this grows up thicker. And so I will now light this one to some side growth, which I can wire or whatever to make it look natural. And then this one, I light it to come out and become the centerpiece of this branch. And so that's what I will do. You can see this branch is going out this way, and then this branch is coming out this way. Again, these will thicken and give me more design opportunity, but that's the idea of creating interesting little features here to catch your eyes. And now I got to work on this lump to see what interesting features I can extract out of it. So for example, this branch is already cracked, but this is kind of an interesting curve because this is going down. This is going to the side, and then this is going to the top. So I need to work on this angle. Although this one is going underneath of it, it's not going to be very interesting. I'll cut this one off to make that into a chin. I will try to use a plier to clean that off a little bit later, better. But basically the idea is to make that into a chin, whereas accentuate this interesting curve, and hopefully there's some other curve to use. Choices. I think the design here is the following. I thought that was an interesting curve, but that's distracting. You can see I can clean out this stump and make this branch, which is a very dominant branch, is very thick, coming out and go this, and then this one comes out to be that. So that could be a very nice twist for this branch. Okay, with that in mind, I will not feel bad about cutting that off. Again, I'm drooling over these roots, institutional roots, that this will become a nice cutting. And then I will make this into a chin. You can see when it's wet, it's really easy to make into chin. Just peel the bark off, and there you are. So now I have this piece coming out of this trunk, and I'll carve this off to make it more natural. But then I got this big branch to work with. So let me clean up some of the clutter to see where I'm going with it. This branch is coming up, and I will carve this out, and this becomes a branch that's going up, and that's a little sub-apex. And then this is a branch coming down, not a bad looking feature to complement this curve. And then I can work on this one and the bottom ones and so forth. So gradually working on each of the branches. And then this branch is going to the back, and I can clean off some of this to accentuate this going back. This coming up, and then this is going back. So this doesn't want to have an apex. So this is the last main branch, the true apex that I had to work on. Very difficult decisions. This is 2 branches almost equal thickness going up this way. But when you look at the tree, it's growing like this. It's kind of like saying the winds are blowing that way, strongly to make the tree hover this way. So why is this branch going that way? It should also be, the rest of the tree should also be going this way. So to me then, that has to be a jin to get rid of this one to accentuate this curve. And then this one, of course, is sticking out. That should also be made into a jin about this length. And then these I will probably make that a part of the jin, but let this become the long growth. So that will be the design. This the top, this will going to the side, and then these are all dead and jin. So this will become a tree going like this, and then there's a big branch from behind, which is this one. So this could be cut off and make this the kind of the branch going back to accentuate the branch going that way. So now you have a tree that's kind of dictated by nature. The wind is blowing hard to make this branch die off, and then this become the apex, and that's the triangle that you will ultimately become. And this will kind of start off here so it doesn't protrude too far, or just let it go and let it protrude this far. Nonetheless, that is the center. This then I would actually cut off, see if I can root that. And again, there not too much at this one, but there are some root, but this is not very healthy, so it may not root. This one actually I really do not like, but this part is growing, so that's good. And not much else is growing. Okay, done. So now look at the tree. Today I've done this Shimpaku Juniper, which is a very desirable Japanese juniper. Shimpaku does have one drawback. That is the wintertime, the needle tend to look brown or yellow. And then as soon as it rains and warms up, it will turn green very quickly, but nonetheless it's green. Now, I really didn't know what to do with this tree when I started, but I tried to keep as much as possible and make the redundant branches jin to be consistent with the age of the tree. So this is what I come up with. This is the front to take advantage of this beautiful root age. It comes out, and some dead wood, some live wood. So someday it can be very interesting if someone choose to make the dead wood white and then the living branches yellow, or red. It could be very dramatic. It doesn't look like much now, but it will fall in about 6 months. And I'll do it again by trying to do now. The next time we'll be more careful trying to create a path. But you can get the basic idea. This tree, here's the apex. So this is an irregular triangle, and then this is also irregular triangle. So it looks good all around. And I'm really pleased with this tree to be able to get it. And that's the beauty of these old trees. They are really incredibly valuable in my mind, because I can never live another 50 or 75 years to create this tree. So I'm really fortunate to get it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, tell a friend about this channel, and subscribe to our channel, and send us your email address so we can send you announcement of my trees. Actually, someday, all the trees I do, I would sell it online for you to enjoy someday on your own, because I'm not going to take it with me. For the trees I've been working for 20, 50 years, I will probably sell them and then donate the proceeds, because I don't really want to sell my baby. But these trees, I just come across them and work on them. I'm very happy to share with you, hoping you will enjoy really very much out of it. And that's what the purpose of bonsai is, to share the joy and the wonderful hobby that's good for our mental state. With that then, I thank you very much for watching. Please click like. I really like the encouragement, and I appreciate it. And I see you next week.